What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Tabletop Scholar. I'm here today with Jerred.
Yo, what up?
And I yanked him out of table ready because, if you haven't noticed, we have Magic the Gathering. And what's that on the bottom of the box? Final Fantasy! Releasing tomorrow are these brand new cards of the Final Fantasy series of Magic the Gathering. How excited are you?
Actually, pretty excited. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this set. As somebody who also is at least a moderate Final Fantasy fan, it's really cool to see how certain cards and certain story mechanics kind of go into making the card game.
Yep. I want to show off a couple of the products, and then let's open up some cards.
Yeah.
Because that's what people really want to see. They want to see the cards. Hang with me a couple minutes, you'll see all the cards. First thing we have, these releasing on Friday. This is your starter kit.
Yeah, 60 cards.
Yes. So in the starter kit, you've got Cloud and you have Sephiroth, and they have their own decks. If you look, the decks are actually inverse to the characters. Like you see in the picture, it's got Sephiroth, but over here is Cloud. Yeah, whatever, who cares? Also,
bundles.
We got the bundles. Now, here's the thing. I think the bundles are currently all accounted for.
Yes.
I do believe even the collector boosters are all accounted for.
They certainly are, unfortunately.
We will likely have a few commander decks and some starter kits, but
I don't even think we have commanders, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, because I was asking about it the other day.
Well, the pre-order for this has been exceptionally high. It is incredibly in demand. We do have some booster boxes, the play boosters, that will be available. We will be opening this set in just a minute. I don't expect them to last the weekend. There will be more coming in, but if you want to get your hands on these, you're going to want to be here first thing in the morning at the guard tower. Now, also, we have the collector boosters, and because these have already all been pre-ordered, I can't even open this one for you. But you can look at it, it's beautiful.
It's a lot of really nice art in the set.
Very much so. We do have, for the pre-release tomorrow, pre-release boxes. We have enough that we're gonna have a really full weekend, first come, first serve. If you have not already signed up, you better do it today.
Yeah, I know at least one of the days is completely full.
Yeah, I don't know which one because I don't work up front. But let's show them those.
Yeah,
these are your commander decks.
So we have Limit Break.
Limit Break!
Final Fantasy VII, headed by Cloud.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. Look at the artwork on that. I'm so excited. I hope we pull like a mythic Cloud or something.
That would be
out of
cool.
here. All right, what's your next one?
We got Revival Trance. That is the Final Fantasy VI one. That is Terra as the head.
Mm-hmm.
You have, what is this one? Yeah, Counter Blitz. Counter Blitz is the one with Titus. That is Final Fantasy
VIII, I believe.
VIII, I believe,
Yeah.
yes. And then
the last one.
The last one is the Scions and Spellcraft, which is Final Fantasy XIV. It's my personal favorite, headed by Y'shtola.
Yep. So without further ado, you get to see these. We're gonna go ahead and open up some of these boosters so that you can look at the artwork. Now, I haven't opened any of these yet, so I don't know a whole lot about what they're gonna look like. I intentionally avoided looking it up. But let's just divide these up and we'll play a little game like I do when I open these with Phil or with Jade. We're gonna see who gets the best pulls,
Okay.
right? And we're just gonna start, let's do it in 3 rounds, right? Let's 3 stacks in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And best of 3 is going to win. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you get half, I get half.
Cool.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna show anything maybe uncommon or greater right there.
Cool.
Show off any really cool foils. If there is a common that you are like, wow, this is amazing, I wanna show everyone, that's cool. Otherwise, let's just set the comments to the side. I do like the art card though. Look at that art card. That is beautiful.
Love the art cards. I personally tend to collect the art cards because once I replace my binder finally, and I'm gonna have a whole page for it, but let's see.
Wow, these
Oh,
I'm
okay.
really liking these.
Mine-
Oh man, oh, they all say FF on them.
Yep, they all have the FF thing. I did get some pretty cool stuff from this first pack here. So I did get.
Go ahead, show it off.
First thing I got was the Final Fantasy Cryptic Command for To the Crystal Tower. Little alt art.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a Titus. Then my other three uncommons are the Phantom Train,
Mm-hmm.
the Ring of Lucy, and Side Quest Catch a Fish.
That is a really exceptional side quest, catching a fish.
And then my foil was a nice little cute bunny rabbit guy, the Laprit Scout. And then my rare is the Wandering Minstrel from Final Fantasy XIV. That is Yoshi P's character, basically. He's the game director.
So
It's a pretty cool
I want to
part.
show something really cool here.
Yeah, go for it.
My first uncommon is battle menu.
Yes, yes. And if you actually look, it's got 4 different abilities that would all
Yes.
be on the battle menu for a Final Fantasy.
Attack, ability, magic, and item. That is straight out of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
This is even like the way that they're standing.
Yeah, it's like I said before. I love the flavor of this set, getting to see how they translate game mechanics into card game mechanics.
Yeah. Then I have a shambling Seath or Seath, whatever. But this I really like.
Hey,
Summon
summons.
Shiva.
Yes, the summons are cool little. It's both a saga enchantment and a creature, so you get to do both things. Once it gets to the bottom, it sacrifices like a saga normally, but you get a cool little creature out of it for a little bit.
And then I have a Realm Reborn.
Yep.
Then I have another one of my favorites from Final Fantasy VII, Vincent Valentine.
Vincent is awesome.
I love Vincent. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters on Vincent Valentine's equal to that creature's power. Whenever Vincent Valentine attacks, you may transform it.
Look at the back here. Galleon Beast. It's trample lifelink. When it dies, you return it to the battlefield tapped as Vincent Valentine.
It's beautiful. And then for the foil here, I have an uncommon
Ilmeg Pixie.
Pixie.
Cool.
And my land is kind of cool as well.
Yeah.
It actually enters tapped.
Yes,
The
and it
land
is a town. And that's relevant because one of the new mechanics that they have is town. Wandering Minstrel cares about it. I know there's a couple other cards that care about it that may or may not be relevant.
That seems like a tie to me.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing exceptional, but nothing bad. We'll see how the next one goes. So for the tie, we're just going to take one card and set it in the front, and we'll just pull the rest of them off.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I like having the shopkeep. Again, I know it's a common, but that's pretty cool. And let me get through the commons here. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna start off the good cards here. I've got
for it.
Kefka's Tower.
Ooh, okay.
Look at that bad boy right there. Full art.
The Bolus's Citadel. It's a nice little fun card. I actually need one.
You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. Sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is a pretty good card. Like I said, I tend to play a lot of black decks, so I always need them. That said, I did get the first mythic.
Okay.
It is the Kefka Court Mage. Whenever it attacks, each player discards a card, then you may draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. Pay 8, each opponent sacrifices a permanent, and then you transform it into Kefka Ruler of Ruin. It's a flying 5/7. Whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you get to draw that many cards.
Okay. I see that one. I have a rare. So I have double rare. One was full art.
The Squall is nice.
Squall, Seed Mercenary from Final Fantasy VIII. Rough Divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until the end of the turn. Throwing in the rest of these here, my 3 uncommons are the Final Days, Ether, and then I have Choco Comet.
Cool, cool. So my foil was Bard's Bow. It's a job select, which is one of the new card mechanics. When an equipment enters, you create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token and attach it to it. It's a lot like the germ tokens from Living Weapon. Equipped creature gets 2/2, has reach, and is a bard in addition to its other types. And then it's got a 6 cost equip. So it's a cool little creature maker.
My foil, Paladin's Arms.
Okay.
So it also has job select on it, but it is when this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Then attach this to it. An equipped creature gets +2/+1, has ward 1, and is a knight in addition to its other types.
Okay. Then my alt art was Summon Anima.
Okay.
Which is another saga creature. It's a 4/4. It's got the first 3 turns. You just draw a card and lose a life. Then on that last one, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice, and they lose 3 life. So it's a nice little destruction piece.
Okay.
My land was a full art plains.
There, so we have something pretty to look
Yeah,
at.
go for it. And then my 3 uncommons are Chocobo Racetrack, Gladios Amasita from Final Fantasy 15, and Kiesis from which one is that one? 8.
Alrighty. I'm actually gonna say, because you had the first mythic, that one's gonna go to you. It was close with having this.
The Bolus, like I said, the Bolus Citadel is nice.
It is, and I had 2 rares, but a mythic beats it. So you can have that one.
Cool. Next pack. I got me an art card in this one.
I tore off the tab. All right, going through the commons and setting them aside. Ooh.
Commons.
I like this. Golbez, Clad in Darkness.
Ooh,
it's
yes.
just an uncommon, but wow. Legendary
Yes.
creature, Human Knight. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into the graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Golbez deals 1 damage to each opponent. Each player mills a card. All right.
Yep. So I didn't actually get an alt art in this one, but my foil is a foil self-destruct. Target creature you control deals X damage to any other target and X damage to itself, where X is its power.
Oh, nice. Okay. So for my uncommons, I have Swallowed by Leviathan, Judge Magister Gabranth, a Delivery Moogle. I love these.
I love the Moogles.
The side quest, Raise a Chocobo.
Okay.
And then I have Land is a Starting Town.
Ooh.
So my land is a
It's a
town.
little rare.
And then I have an uncommon artifact foil, the Chocobo Racetrack.
Okay.
I also have another land that's a town. I have a lot of towns.
Yeah, I think there's 1 town per pack.
Well, I've got 2 towns.
Yeah. So I've got Seafarer Almase from Final Fantasy VIII. Then my uncommons are Shantoto Tactician Magician from 11, which was the first MMO kind of Final Fantasy. Then I have from 6 Ultros, the Obnoxious Octopus. I have Dragoon's Lance, which when I was playing 14 was my class main for a while. Equipped creature is 1/0, is a knight in addition to its other types. During your turn, equipped creature has flying. It's an equip for 4, and then it's got the job select, so it makes a guy and attaches to it when you play it.
Nice, nice.
And then my other uncommon was Ultimaceia, Time Sorceress, from Final Fantasy VIII. And then my town was the Insomnia Crown City, which is the black-white one.
All right. I think that with a rare, you're going to take that one. You did have a rare in there, right? Yep,
Yeah,
there
I
it is.
think your rare was better.
Was it really, though?
Yeah, the starting town's pretty nice. Plus, you got the full art from it too.
That's true. I do have the starting town, and I did have the full art. So, okay, you're right. I think it would. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put the full art as my. I won that round.
Cool. Cool, fun little card.
All right, next pack.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow, some of these are great. Even the commons.
Yeah, like
they're just beautiful.
Like I said, the art in this set is really nice.
I'm really liking it.
I did get me an alternate art this time around. Okay. And I got a foil land. Okay.
I got a pretty good pull. I'll get to it in a minute. I'll start off.
Yeah, go for it.
So I have Saz's Chocobo. I love Chocobos.
Cute.
Then I have Ash, Princess of Dalmasca. I have the uncommon Circle of Power. I have the uncommon artifact Thief's Knife. But here is my rare. Summon Primal Odin.
Nice, nice, and that is the version of Odin from 14, which was a cool little raid boss. It's a pretty cool card. Getting the second saga where if it deals damage, it just kills somebody, is pretty cool. Getting it off might be a little difficult, but there's some ways.
And then the thing that I am most famous for, foil land.
Okay. So I did get an alternate art this time. I got the Imperial City of Arcades, which is a Wall of Omens.
Okay. That is beautiful.
Yes. The alt arts are all really beautiful in this set.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Igneous from another FF15 character. I've got Torgal, a Fine Hound. I got the Ambrosia Whiteheart, which is a Chocobo. My rare was Summon Leviathan. And then I have a foil Blazing Bomb, which is a common, and I have a foil Full Art Land.
Foil land. That's where it's at. I love my foil land.
Like I said, I'm a big fan of the full art lands. Getting the foil full arts is great.
So, I mean, I have my rare that is pretty solid. Comparing the two, these are really the two best cards out of them. The question, honestly, I think this one's more of a tie again.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you beat me on the rare, but I beat you on the actual contents.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like it comes out as a wash.
All right, 2 ties. So this next pack is gonna see who wins this round.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, so I mean it's only a common, but I can summon a Choco.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I love that.
It's awesome.
I'm a big fan of Chocobos, okay? Leave me alone.
I also got my own Summon Chocobo.
Nice! We both got a summon a Choco. That's beautiful. All right, so I have Diamond Weapon. He's only an uncommon, which is odd to me because of how powerful Weapon was, but okay. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent card in your graveyard. I love that. So that's like a good late game,
that's a
high power card.
Good graveyard deck. Golgari's pretty great at that.
For the uncommon, I have the artifact Phoenix Down.
Okay.
Exile this artifact, choose 1 to return a target creature card with mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, or exile target skeleton, spirit, or zombie. I have a Sorcery of Realms Sketching as an uncommon, and for my rare, I have the Astrologian's Planisphere. My artifact, though, this one here, this is one of the ones I was hoping to pull.
Okay.
I pulled the Buster Sword, the mythic artifact. Equipped creature gets +3/+2 whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost.
It's a really, really good Voltron card.
That is an amazing, this is one of the cards I was looking for, so Got
Okay.
it.
So, my uncommons, I have a Coliseum Behemoth
Mhm.
from Final Fantasy II. I've got Giat, King of Dwarves. He is from... I don't remember which Final Fantasy, actually.
I don't remember that one, yeah.
Poison the Waters. I have the Coral Sword, which is, I believe, Lightning Sword.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Kane, Traitorous Dragoon from Final Fantasy II. And he's actually got a pretty cool effect. When it's your turn, he has flying, but then whenever he deals combat damage to a player, they get control of him.
That's pretty decent.
And then if that happens, you get to draw cards equal to his power, and then create that many tapped treasure tokens, and then lose that much life. So it's like, I like little weird like change control type of cards. And it's just a fun little deck to play.
It's just no Buster Sword.
No, it's not. And then my foil was the Ice Flan.
I like that one. My foil was the Red Mage's Rapier.
That is actually my current main class for 14.
And I got another full art.
Oh, it's VV.
Yep. And I
Nice.
just wanted to show off VV before we... I'm gonna... Honestly, I think with the Buster Sword, I won that round.
Yeah, I think you got that one.
Find it in there again. I'm gonna go put that one in a...
Nice little sleeve.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's grab our second stack for round 2.
Okay.
You can pick the 5 you want out. It is 5, right? It's
1,
5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. We will go.
We'll set these off to the side. Since I won the first round, I'm gonna put it on my side there. And put
Works
the
for
rest
me.
of these, we'll put them back there.
Cool. Well,
All right, let's do it.
Get it.
Opening up for round 2. If I pull Tifa, I'm gonna be super happy because that was the other card I was looking for. Nice, nice. Okay, I'm really happy with this already. Setting aside my commons, some of these are nice, but they're still just commons. There's a lot of town land though.
yes. That is, like I said, it's kind of the set mechanic.
All right, so for my uncommons, I have Opera Love Song, Poo Poo UFO.
Okay.
That's hilarious. Black Waltz number 3. This is one of the... Anyway, go play Final Fantasy, you'll understand. I have another uncommon that is the Crystal Fragments. Now, I have a double rare pack. We'll start with Excalibur 2. And then following that up with a foil alt art Ultima.
Okay, that is a pretty good card.
Yeah. All right, beat that.
Well, I did pull 2 alt arts. I got the
nice.
Ambrosia Whiteheart. And I got Dawn Warrior's Legacy, which is a Mizzix Mastery, which really nice Spellslinger red card.
Yep.
My uncommons are the Sandworm, Summon Primal Garuda from FF14, the Diamond Weapon. I have Summon Finnerer as a foil, and then my rare was the Regalia
Okay.
from FF15, the card.
Well, you did get 2 alt cards, but I got a double rare out of that one. And I think that the Ultima and Excalibur combo.
Yeah, I think the Ultima really did it because that was
Yeah.
the alt art one.
Yeah, all right. I'll take that one. Let's go for pack 2. Hope you guys are enjoying seeing all this. I'm enjoying opening these for you. Some of these are pretty. All right,
yeah.
just setting aside the commons again. You want to start this time?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
All right, so my uncommons are Albert Steiner. It is the cargo ship from many of the Final Fantasy games. They've kind of moved towards that era. Fire Magic.
Nice.
A card that I actually was kind of excited to see is Sid Timeless Artificer.
Oh, Sid. I love Sid.
I love Sid. It's actually really cool because in this set, there are a bunch of different Sid arts.
Really?
Yes, so he actually he's one of the cards that they've printed that has a deck can have any number of Sid Timeless Artificer, and there is a art of him for each of the different times that he's appeared. This is the one from 14, which is actually the one I wanted. And he's a cool little card.
See, I sat down one time to look at the cards that were coming, and I literally just saw like the first 5 on the screen. I was like, I'm not looking anymore.
See, I did a little bit of research just because I was kind of on the fence on whether or not I was going to get any of this set just yet, just because it is a little bit more expensive. But the art, after I saw the art, I was like, okay, I actually do want to pick up some of this set because the art is really good.
I was a big fan of 7 more than the others.
Yeah.
Just my personal preference. And when I saw that they had Tifa, Cloud, and Sephiroth, I was like, I want those. I want the Buster Sword.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like, that was... So I already got one of the cards I wanted.
Nice.
I'm happy even if I don't get any of the others. What else you got?
I got my rare was the Fire Crystal. There's one for each of the colors. The Fire Crystal makes red spells cost 1 less to cast, gives all your creatures haste, and then you can pay 6 and tap it to create a token that's a copy of a creature. You sack it at the beginning of the next end step. So it's a cool little way to get either enter the battle, or leaves the battle kind of effects and stuff like that. It's a cool little card. My foil was the Undercity Dire Rat, and then I got a foil town.
Hold that up so we can see Foil Town. All right.
Which is the blue-black one.
Foil Land. All right, so here I got Torgal the Fine Hound. I have Ambrosia Whiteheart. I have the Demon Wall, which is an uncommon.
Yep.
And then I have Ignis Scientia. And then for my rare, I have Esper Origins.
Okay.
But I have for my foil, the Demon Wall uncommon.
Okay.
And then I just
Also have the town.
The
same town that I have.
Same town, just not a foil. This is going to be really close. Let's look at them. What was your foil?
My foil was
this? It was a
that,
common.
yeah. I got 2 foils.
Yeah, you did get 2 foils. Both common there, though. I have an uncommon foil. We both had a single rare. So the question is, which is worth more, 2 foils or an uncommon foil?
I think it tends to be closer to the foil lands just because those are a little bit harder to get, and
Yeah.
people tend to like to bling their
I love
stuff
foil
out.
land. I'm going to give you that. Foil
All right.
land. Foil land. If you've ever watched us open up Magic cards on Tabletop Scholar, you would know how much of a big deal foil land is.
So I got actually a cool little Golbez.
God, I got foil
card.
land.
Okay. So
All right, that's a nice art card.
nice little alt. I love the art cards, like
Yeah.
I said. So going through my commons, I do have from Final Fantasy VIII an alt art, a Promise Fulfilled, which is actually a really important point in the game.
I like
So
that one. Yeah.
I love when they do that kind of stuff with these. I have Stolen Uniform as an uncommon.
All right.
Rydia's Return.
I'm gonna push those
Yeah,
up
go
just
for
so
it.
they show off better.
I have Eden, Seat of the Sanctum.
All right.
I have a rare of Summon Titan.
Okay.
And then I have Barrett Wallace as my foil.
Okay. I do like Barrett.
Barrett's
Wow.
cool.
All right. All right. He's not Tifa though.
He's not.
Anyway, there was a whole love thing with Barrett and Tifa, you know. Okay, so I have the Prima Vista.
Okay.
I have Evil Reawakened. I have Renoa Heartily. And then I have Vanille Cheerful. I can't even pronounce all that, all the apostrophes. And then I would really like this for my rare. I got Zodiark, the Umbral God,
Okay.
which it's weird. It almost feels like he should have been a mythic
I
because
agree because he's kind of like the capstone for like the not the current 14 story, but like the main overarching story that they went through before the current expansion. That was the capstone. That was the big bad. So it's kind of strange to me that he is a common or a rare over a mythic, but
yeah, so he's indestructible, which is a big deal.
yes.
And when Zodiark enters, each player sacrifices half the non-god creatures they control of their own rounded down. That's that's a really big deal. It feels like to me, like they underrated that card.
I don't know. He's still pretty strong. Because he's also got the whenever a player sacrifices a creature, he gets a 1/1 counter. So he gets big. He comes in. He makes everybody sack a bunch of stuff. He gets huge off of it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good card. It takes 5 black mana.
It does. That's the only
trade-off.
downside. Maybe that's why they have it as a rare, is because of how much mana it costs.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where it's less the mana cost, but more that it specifically has to be black mana, which makes
That's
it
true.
a little bit harder to do than just it's.
But if you're running an all black deck,
Oh, yeah.
that's not a problem.
Of course.
All right, so for my foil, I have an uncommon travel the overworld on a chocobo, and then I have this beautiful art card.
Okay.
Loving that. All right, so what are you thinking?
I'm thinking you got this one.
And my foil land, just because of Zodiark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zodiark is pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling Zodiark. I like that. I'm not really I don't really play a lot of black decks, but
Black is my color of choice personally.
he would. Yeah, I could see that.
I play a lot of literally. I think every deck that I currently have has black in it, and I'm working on something that doesn't, so that I can kind of switch it out. But you know,
I feel you. All right, setting aside these commons. Oh, beautiful. All right, so I'm going to start this off with a full art Vayne Carudas Salvador.
okay,
That is a beautiful card.
yeah,
Legendary creature, human warrior with death touch. Whenever a creature you control with death touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Following that up with Reno and Rude. From Final Fantasy VIII, aren't they?
7.
7? Are they from 7?
Yep.
Yeah, they're later on. They worked for Shinra. That's right. Okay, then I also picked up a self-destruct like you had earlier.
Okay.
And then Ride the Shoe Puff is an uncommon. For my rare, I have Sin, Spira's Punishment.
okay.
Legendary creature that is flying. Whenever Sin enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random, then create a tapped token that's a copy of that card. If the exiled card is a land card, repeat this process.
That is a very strong card.
That is
Lots of acceleration.
really. For my foil, I have Ahriman.
Okay.
Goofy little Ahriman. And then I got another art, and I love this because it's Cloud.
Cloud.
Cloud was really my favorite of all of the
Okay.
Final Fantasy games.
I respect it.
What you got?
I have an alt art in Battle at the Big Bridge.
Nice.
Fighting, what is his name? I can't even think of it right now. The art is quite nice though.
Mm-hmm.
I have an Ether.
Okay.
I have the Final Days. I have my own Choco Comet.
Nice.
I have the Emperor of Palamecia.
All right.
And then my rare is Sarah Ferran.
Okay.
And then I have, for my foil, Thunder Magic.
Okay.
And then I have a full art land.
That's another close one. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Sin's pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to give a Sin, I agree. That is actually 3, so I'm gonna win this round. Let's see what we got in this last pack.
Yeah. Okay.
Aw, I got Namazu Trader. Look at
I
that.
love the Namazus from 14. They're fun.
All right, show me what you got.
So my first uncommon is Gaius Van Baelsar from 14. He is a really cool villain. If you've not played it, I recommend actually. It is, as I like to call it, it is an RPG that happens to be an MMO compared to like an MMO that is sometimes an RPG.
Right.
So it is very good. It has some of the best music that I've heard from a video game. It is great. Got the Snow Villers. I have Reach the Horizon. My rare, I actually have 2 rares, and one of those is an alt art.
Okay.
I have Choco, Seeker of Paradise, which is another really nice kind of land acceleration card. It's landfall. It's a pretty cool card. It's a card I'd actually like to build around at some point. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then my other full art, or my other rare is a full art. It is Joshua, Phoenix's Dominant.
Oh, nice.
And then if it transforms, it's got really nice art for the Phoenix.
That is really nice.
And then my foil is a Sazza's Chocobo.
Okay, so I'm going to come back in here with something that's going to blow your mind, but I'm going to start with Queen Brawn, which is uncommon, and then the Gold Saucer.
I love me the Gold Saucer.
I'm going to follow that up with Cloud of Darkness.
Okay.
Follow that up with Side Quest, play Blitzball. Now, I have, for my foils, just a common, but is a Gigantode. But the thing that is really good from this one, I have the mythic Go-Go, Master of Mimicry.
Okay.
So I think I took that round pretty handily.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, let's see what we got for round 3. Gosh, Ultima, though.
Wow. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of really cool stuff in this set.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and set Go-Go over here, though, to show that I've got 2.
Go for it.
Put this stack off to the side. Would you mind putting that over there?
Of course.
And we're going to open our last stack, see who wins this. All right, you can do the honors. Figure out who gets what.
We're gonna do every.
I still haven't got my Tifa card. All right, let's do it. Okay. Beginning round 3.
Now we have one of my favorite summons and amount that I have in Final Fantasy XIV that I love. Summon Fat Chocobo. He's really fun because when you use him as a Mount in 14, you put like a little Gishal greens on a stick to like make him chase it, and then when you want him to fly, it's a cake.
Oh, that's nice.
It is great. So my you're gonna be a little jealous. So my uncommons, I got another Albert, I got another cargo ship, I got another Gaius, but I do have X-Death, Void Warlock.
All right.
From FF5. Then my rare, I have an alt art rare of Balthier and Fran from Final Fantasy XII. And then I have Tifa as my foil.
I'm gonna kick you.
As a foil rare. And then I've got me a nice full art, and I got a Sephiroth token.
Bro, this is the one I was looking for. Fortunately, it's my box, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool card. It's a cool card.
I'm not mad because this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. All right, you're gonna take that round just because you got her. I'm telling you. So I've got uncommon Lock Cole, Barrett Wallace, Summon Anima,
Okay.
Fang, Fearless IC, and then Zenarkand, Ancient Metropolis for my rare. I got a rare town.
Okay.
Right? My foil is Syncopate.
Okay, that's actually like a pretty cool little counter spell.
And then I got a full art.
No, I love the art cards. I've said.
Beautiful. But you're gonna take that first. That's on you. You got Tifa. I'm not gonna argue when you pull the card I'm looking for.
I've been known to do that on occasion.
Do. Ooh, that's nice. I might have something you'll like in here.
Okay.
What? All right. This pack is baller. Unless you pull a mythic, this one wins. I'm gonna start off with Minwu, Rebellion Strategist, full art rare.
Okay.
Now I do have also Garaha Tia.
Okay, from 14.
as an uncommon. I also have the uncommon Omega, Heartless Evolution.
Okay.
I have Tifa's Limit Break, uncommon, which is great because I have Tifa. I have Gilgamesh Master at Arms for a second rare. And then for my third rare in this pack, Saz Catsroy.
Okay.
And following that up with uncommon foil artifact vehicle with trample and train. This pack is really good.
It is.
Man.
That is a pretty good pack.
Yeah. What you got?
So I have a uncommon eject, which is it looks like the scene where she falls.
Mm-hmm.
We have Rydea, Summoner of Mist.
Mm-hmm.
I have, as you enjoy your Final Fantasy VII, Zack.
Nice.
Sword.
Yeah.
I have Garland.
He's like you see more of him in Crisis Protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Buster Sword is his
Of course,
sword.
absolutely.
Garland, Knight of Cornelia.
Mm-hmm.
And then my rare was the Ruined Crystal,
Nice.
which actually is really cool. It's a cool little life gain card. And then my foil.
Okay, that's nice. Chi Churn Merchant. I still say my triple rare is gonna.
Yeah, I think you got that one.
We're just gonna put Minwu right there.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
All right, pack number 3, round 3. Oh, I got Thunder Magic.
But it's not a foil.
It's not. It's pretty though. Got a couple of full arts in here still. It's really cool. Okay. Are you ready? What you got?
So I have my first uncommon is a Tonberry. I love the Tonberries.
All right.
Zidane, Tantalus Thief. I have Sorceress's Schemes, which actually you pulled the art card for.
Mm-hmm.
I have Sleep Magic, which is a cool little enchantment spell. Cool little control piece. Then I have the Genji Glove as my rare from the pack, and then I have a common foil, and I have a full art land and an art card.
Oh, cool. Show off that art card. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Love
Now,
these.
Can you believe I saw somebody threw 2 art cards in the trash? I'm like, bro.
Yeah, some people, like I said, I am a little weird because I like to collect those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Not everybody does.
I like them.
They're kind of common to get, so it's not like most people just don't think twice about it.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, let's start with my uncommon. Ride the Shoe Puff again. I got another Self-Destruct.
Okay.
I got another Phoenix down. But then I have the Full Art Luca Stadium Artifact uncommon.
And fun fact about that card actually has like a misprint on it.
Really?
Yes, it's got to do with how things are spelled in the art compared to in the, because there it's with a K and in the art it's with a C. Fun little fact.
Wow. Where?
It is.
While you're looking for that, I also
Yeah.
got Foil Uncommon Side Quest Hunt the Mark.
Here it is. CLUCA in the.
Oh my god, it is.
But on the card,
It's true.
which means they put a K instead of a C.
This is, I got a misprinted
You got it.
card. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's one that people caught. Well,
I have a double
when it got
rare in this
revealed.
one.
Okay.
Lindblom, the Industrial Regency, is a town. That is a rare town. That's what, my 3rd rare town.
Yeah.
And then I have Dion, Bahamut's Dominant,
Okay.
for a double rare pack.
Okay. I think with the full art that one pulls ahead a little bit.
Well, we'll just sit Dion over here then.
Yeah. Joking.
All right, so we're gonna take commons.
Now I do actually want to show off this common just because
Go right
it
ahead.
makes me laugh. Instant ramen.
Instant ramen. Oh my god, I got Red 13 full art with signed.
Ooh,
Bro.
nice. Yeah, like I said, I love those.
Look
those
at that.
full arts.
Oh my god, sorry, I just saw that and I love. Okay, so I loved Final Fantasy VII, if you can't tell. And that's Red 13.
So, my uncommons, I've got a Cactar.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I have Garnet, Princess of Alexandria.
Okay.
I have Relentless X ATM 092. Then I have a alt art from 15 that is Prompto. It's one of your companions. And then my rare was the Summon Primal Odeon, and my world map is a foil.
I like that.
And then I got a nice little full art land, which is Final Fantasy 1.
Nice. Well, I have uncommon Summon Esper Rama.
Okay.
I have an uncommon Elixir. I have uncommon Clash of the Acons. I have side quest Raise a Chocobo again. And then for my rare, I have Triple Triad. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles a top card of their library until the end of the turn. You may play the card you own exiled this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value than it without paying their mana cost.
Okay, that's a cool little way to do Triple Triad. That's one of the great ways I wasted time on 14 back in the day.
I have 2 land.
Towns, yep.
Yeah, 2 towns, and one of them is Foil Land.
Okay.
That's
I think mine pulls ahead with the alt art.
yeah, I believe so. And where was it? There it is.
Prompto.
That Luca Stadium is pretty cool.
Yeah, like I said, people I saw people talking about it when the card got revealed that they were like, yeah, it's with a K, but then on the actual art it's with a C, and that's really weird. And, you know, it is what it is.
Maybe they'll fix it. Maybe they won't.
Probably not.
Aw, Sabotender.
I love the Sabo Tenders.
Yeah.
So I did get me an alt art. It is a dancer from Final Fantasy.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Come on, sit
I
on
like
there.
that one a lot.
Sit on there. Well, it doesn't want to sit, so we'll hold it like this and hope it's on the way. There we go. So cool little art card. Like I said, I love those. Going through my commons first.
Yep. All right, go ahead. Show me what you got.
Okay, so I do have a Deadly Dispute, Baron Rivalry alt art. I have Realms Sketching, which is an uncommon. I have Reach the Horizon, which is a Final Fantasy VII art. I have my own Reno and Rude. I have the Ninja Blades as my rare. And then I have an uncommon foil in Stolen Uniform.
Okay. Well, for my uncommon, I have Magitech Armor.
Okay.
Getting that turned a little bit. Then I have Random Encounter. That's hilarious. Shuffle your library, then mill 4 cards. Put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield. They gain haste. At the beginning of the next end step,
How
return
generous.
those creatures to their owner's hand. Flashback. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. That's an interesting.
Yeah, I like the way they did the whole random encounter thing.
Valkyrie aerial unit,
Okay.
side quest card collection, and then I have a double rare. I start with Kuja, the Genome Sorcerer, and then I have Joshua Phoenix's Dominant.
Okay. It's the not alt art version of it, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. Still a foil.
Yeah, it is a
And,
foil.
That is my foil for this pack. Just looking at it in the light, I really like the artwork on this
Yeah,
card.
like I said, I think that they knocked it out of the park with art this set.
Absolutely. So if you've been waiting for the Final Fantasy release for Magic the Gathering, like we have, I hope that you enjoyed this. I am going to just enjoy my Buster Sword.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much for watching. This releases on Friday, June 6th for pre-release. They will have them available for they have pre-release kits here at the Guard Tower. It is filling up fast, so by the time you're watching this, it might even be full. But call in, see if you can get on that list. You don't want to miss this. So again, I am James.
And I'm Jerred.
This has been Tabletop Scholar. We'll see you next time.